Hi, my name's John,
And I'm Erica.
and we're here to tell you our story with the fertility struggles that we went through.
We started trying about 7 years ago. Um, had no luck together. We tried just seeing doctor after doctor and seeing what the issue was. No one could give us an answer, so we decided to reach out to other sources. So John started researching, and that's when you found.
Dr. Jenny Mercier. We were to the point in our journey where we were wanting to give up, going through all the struggles with fertility and what it was doing to my wife with her thyroid and all the stuff that came with it. We didn't Nobody ever told us about. Um, you know, the drugs changed my wife to who she was. There's a lot of things that you didn't know was going to happen, and mood swings and just a lot of unknowns that made our relationship hard. And that was something that I wasn't willing to give up. As my wife to have a baby and not knowing who we are.
Yeah, so we started trying with Dr. Jenny for a quick only 6 months, and obviously we were so anxious to start our family that we decided to try IVF, and that was probably the worst decision we've made in our marriage. And with IVF came several drugs that were prescribed to us. That was just an abundance of what are we doing? What are we putting ourselves through? And I mean, it is the outcome of all of this was I did one fresh transfer and one frozen transfer. And the fresh transfer ended up in a chemical pregnancy, and the frozen transfer, I did get pregnant. And then after about 10 weeks, we heard the heartbeat twice, and they told us during an ultrasound, there's no more heartbeat. And then we were told we cannot just do a DNC, so we had to go through some other medications to help rid the baby. But at that point, I was mentally not ready to let go. I was thinking to myself, what if there's still a heartbeat? What if the baby's still there? And I don't want to put anything more into my body. We reached out to Jenny, and she had even told us that a DNC would be the best route to go. So we did the DNC. I was about 10 weeks pregnant, and that was just a whirlwind of a nightmare.
Yeah, it was hard.
Very, very hard.
Like you said, nobody tells you about the stuff, the outcomes of what's going to happen if things don't work. It's always about, oh, you're gonna get a baby when you do IVF, or it's so great, but they don't tell you about the chemicals you're putting in your body. They don't tell you what's going to happen if things don't go the right way, and that was the frustrating part for me. Watching your wife go through all this stuff for a negative outcome, and like I said, we were to the point where we wanted to give up. It was this. We had two older boys, and we were just like, what, it's time to focus on them and quit putting all of our energy into trying to have a baby. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And that's kind of how we found Dr. Mercier's, looking for a more natural way of doing things. There had been a better way of doing things than just putting drugs in your body. So I did a little research and ended up finding her locally in St. Charles. And when we went to visit her, it was a breath of fresh air. Um, just talking with somebody that actually cared about you and the outcome was good. It was it was it was very relieving to us. So
Right. Even after all of the IVF, we decided let's not do this anymore. We're done. We were ready to give up and just give it to God and just put it in His hands. And Jenny Mercier came along and not only supported me emotionally, but physically for my family, my husband. It wasn't just about a dollar sign for me. I really felt a relationship being created between her therapy, and her really giving, her all to what she could do for us. So we gave it another round of Mercier therapy, and we said, if this doesn't work, then it's not meant to be. And about 3 months later, um, 8 weeks along, I found out I was pregnant. So now we are expecting our sweet little boy in April.
yes,
So without her, it wouldn't have been possible. emotionally or physically and bringing us
Right.
back together as a couple.
Yeah, it was more of
So-
getting us grounded and bringing us back to reality of what, if it's meant to be, it'll be, and trying to force the issue was never going to work. And at least for us, that was what we found out through the whole thing, and kind of our opinion about it is, trying to force something that isn't meant to be is usually turns into a negative. And we let things go, and God took over, and Jenny took over, and now we have a baby boy on the way, and we have a great relationship with a new friend.
That's
And
right. She's
it's been
family to us now.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah.